Hello and welcome to the newest Check My Rack. As you already know, I convert GBBRs to run on HPA. There were just a few of those, for example, some M27 VFC, some HK416 or M4 from VFC, M4s from WE or HK416, or maybe an M110 from VFC, or some HK417s from VFC. So today the time came for some pistols. So this is actually a system I converted as the very first one long time ago, and I never presented it publicly, so this is the day. And as you can see, this is a system for the pistol P226 or P229 or all the other variants of the system from Tokyo Marui, so KJW, WE and such. So again, why to convert from green gas? Because HPA works in all environmental conditions exactly the same. So just as I did for all the rifles, some of them are here behind me, I did the exact same for the pistols. So the pistol is powered with HPA, and generally powering pistol with HPA is nothing especially new. You can connect the hose to the magazine, for example. You can buy some kind of adapter, but this is not the way I like it. So I want to have a pistol that performs like a real gun should. So no hoses hanging from the magazine, no weird magazines with some conversions from different types like M4 magazine hanging out of the pistol. That's just not my style. You can see I have a P226 here, and it uses a regular P226 magazine. Actually, it's not regular magazine. This one is of course dedicated for these conversions, but it has shape of a regular standard magazine for that pistol. And unlike what you might think, you can even remove the slide the regular way, even though it's converted to HPA. So how this works? Inside of the pistol there is a mounted conversion which basically contains the main valve from the original magazine and a gasket on the top, exactly the same way as in all the rifles I built. The only difference is that the conversion is much smaller and it does not use any arms and cams to actuate the bolt catch, in this case the slide lock. So here, just like in the green gas counterpart and the real gun, the slide lock is actuated by the follower in the magazine. So I can of course crack the slide, but if I insert the magazine here and it's empty, it blocks. Then I can release it. If I remove the magazine and you look into the port here, you see it's black because you don't see the background. There is the conversion inside. Again, so what are the benefits? Good performance in all conditions, exactly same performance I should say, and fully realistic use. So you can ask, okay, so how do you connect it to HPA to have it real? So the way how I do it is I use an HPA Lanyard. That's some custom built one, which I attach to my belt with the strap, and the other side goes to the pistol like this. And always, in all my conversions, make sure that when you connect the pressure to the pistol, rifle, whatever, it's reloaded. So you can actually connect it when the slide or the bolt carrier group is locked to the rear. And here I have my lanyard, so it would be attached to my belt, and this way I can shoot the pistol and I can remove the magazine at will and replace it with a different one. So let's do a short demonstration. Pressure, red line obviously, and disclaimer, I just like them. Let's try it. I'm holding the slide lock down because the magazine is empty, so the pistol would lock automatically. Now let's let the slide lock go and you see it locks. You can remove the magazine. Of course, the pistol will shoot also without the magazine, but the slide lock will not work. And it works. So really, it's a counterpart of the system for the rifle. Is just made for these kind of pistols. The one I'm showing you is actually a TM in garter frame, but as I said, it works also with different pistols. For example, this is a WE P229, yes, called F229, with glorious SEAL Team 6 here. So if you buy it, you will be like from SEAL Team 6. And you can see that it's smaller, so there is a second type of magazine also designed, which is basically shorter. But the idea is the same, so let's make sure that it's reloaded. I'm holding the slide lock, so even with the magazine it did not catch. Then I connect my HPA Lanyard here. Okay, so gun is under pressure. Let's check one last time that it's empty. It is. And now I can shoot. So I'm holding the slide lock. And now I'm not holding the slide lock. And this is so awesome that even Kermit fainted. So coming back to the magazines, you can see they are different in sizes. The shorter one is dedicated for the 229 version. The longer one goes to the rest of the versions. The capacity is, like usual in my systems, following the real capacity. So the big one is 15 rounds and the small one is 13 rounds. In theory, if the magazine would be longer, it would stick out more from the magwell, it could hold more rounds, but because the feeding lips are replaceable and they need some space to be attached, for this reason it's not possible to make a double stack magazine, so single stack magazine only, and this limits the capacity. So you could say that's a low capacity, so maybe not the best. But the magazine, that pretty much weighs nothing, and it costs almost nothing because it's 3D printed. It's just a piece of plastic and it's extremely simple. It uses one screw, one threaded nut, piece of spring, and the complete rest is 3D printed, made of plastic. The same for the P229, it's just a little shorter. The models for those, of course, will be published as the replacement parts on my Colts as usual. So I said the magazine is much lighter, but what exactly does it mean? Let's see. This is the original TM magazine for P226, 284 grams. It already has removed seal and the valve, so it's tiny bit lighter. This is the original magazine for WEP229. You can see it's the same, no valve, no seal, but you can see it's shorter, so a bit lighter, 228 grams. Now the Frog Engineering P226 magazine. 42 grams. So you can see it's like 6 times lighter, and even with smaller amount of BBs inside, you can carry much more of them to get to the same weight. And the P229, it's 37 grams. So again, very, very light. So as you have just seen, the weight reduction on these magazines is very big. If you are disturbed by this and you would like them to be heavier, actually they can be empty inside and you can fill them out with something to make them heavier. These are printed with basically air inside, hence the weight. And what about the jewels on these guns? Basically the handguns have quite small valves in them, so for HPA they are not so perfect. And the output is somewhere within the range of 0.7, 0.8 joules on 0.2 gram BBs, which for a pistol actually not a big deal, at least for me. What I value the most in those systems is the experience of using a gun that, one thing, can function in any environment, but second thing, works just as the real gun would, and basically can use it for training anywhere you'd like, in winter, in rain, whatever, and it will never fail you. So to summarize, the P226 and similar family for all guns based on TM system Conversions powered on HPA, they are soon to be available. I will be publishing similar videos to the ones I published for older systems with some manuals and so on. One thing is that this assembly is actually more tricky. From all systems I did, it will be the most difficult, but as you can see, it's perfectly doable. So this is coming next, and there will be a series of different pistols coming too. This is, let's say, the starting point. Let's think what could be next. But pistols are not all. As you probably got used to, there are much more new items coming up. Not only the conversions, but general GBB help, knowledge, tricks and mods. So stay tuned and make sure that you won't miss any of them. And for this reason, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and comment on the videos. So the more popular this channel gets, the more models of the guns will be designed and the more available those designs will be. So I highly appreciate any support that you give me. I think for now that's all, and stay tuned for what's coming next. May the power of GBBR be with you.